So what is causing the market to sell off today? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactful Solutions. I hope that you learned something new in this video. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing as we upload new videos every single day about the stock market. So today was pretty much almost not a significant sell-off. I mean, the NASDAQ market was down 1%. SQQQ was up 3%, right? The triple leveraged bear ETF, it goes up when the NASDAQ market drops. We had a fine day. I'm very happy that I uploaded today's earlier video. I hope some of you guys watched it. Let me share my screen with you. Like today was the definition of a choppy day. The amount of times that we gapped up and then we gapped down and then we gapped up and then we gapped down. If you were a day trader, or if you are a day trader, today was probably a pretty fun day for you. If you are not a day trader, today probably felt like a roller coaster. Why is the market selling off? Let me keep it short and sweet for you. The market is still selling off based off of what Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, said on Friday, where he is still going to be very hawkish with interest rates. He is still going to front load interest rates, and they have no expectation to slow down at the rate that they are raising interest rates. They have seen the market be influenced in a positive way, but they're only just getting started. And they even talked about, reducing their balance sheet more now than ever before in the month of September and so forth, right? And all that means for those that are a little bit newer to the stock market is, well, when they began to expand, the overall budget, it's when they began to print very heavily, right? Do you guys remember very early 2020 when the pandemic hit? There was all these stimulus checks. We like to call them stimmy checks. During that time, the NASDAQ market was thriving, right? Because the more they print, the more people hopefully spend, and it gets driven back into the economy, and these companies, normally tech companies, begin to make more, right? That was the promotion of growth. Now, when they begin to reduce their balance sheet and begin to cut back on spending, it almost has that opposite effect where at that point, it's going to be most likely a retraction that we're going to experience. And because of their intention to raise interest rates still by front loading them, it means that in the up and coming months that we could still see a 0.75% interest rate hike, even when the expectation was previously half of a percentage point because of the previous CPI data report that we released, right? For those that are unaware, in the month of July, it was reported that inflation finally peaked. Inflation came in at 8.5%. And the previous inflation report was at 9.1%. In this up and coming month of September, so early September, in the first week to second week, we're going to be getting our next CPI data report, which is also known as the inflation report. And this will give us a better understanding if we have 2 consecutive months where inflation is actually declining, which that would be a true positive catalyst for the overall market. But even after that, the Federal Reserve still intends to raise interest rates. So it's not that things are necessarily getting worse. I don't want to instill fear. I don't want you to think that the market is going to get significantly worse than where we were before. But you need to understand that now that things are looking like they're getting better, this is the time where the Federal Reserve wants to take advantage of that and really tighten it up so they don't have to catch up later on if things actually end up getting worse. So significant price points to look out for. I just wanted to point these out. Right now, we are trading below the EMA line on the day chart for the NASDAQ market. This is QQQ, and please, I encourage you to do your own analysis. We were getting rejected by this moving average. We got rejected back in March, and we got rejected back again in the month of August. We retraced back all of last week. If you guys have been following me on my YouTube channel, we talked about the potential support. Do you guys see this consolidation that we're showing? We're showing signs of a potential support. This is where I talked about of like, hey, this is where we either wait for confirmation of a reversal or we wait for confirmation of a break below EMA, and that's where the selling pressure can continue. That's exactly what happened. That's what led to my $53,000 gain on Friday, right? I shorted the market because I saw that there was so much selling pressure, especially with what was said. It was actually caught within my live trading session. If you didn't watch it, go back on Friday, and I uploaded a total of 3 videos. 2 of them actually caught my live session of me taking these different trades. It was a lot of fun, right? Now we pulled back and now we're trading below EMA. That's not a good sign for the NASDAQ market at all. So now what I would like to see is, RSI looks a little bit oversold, MACD looks a little bit oversold. I mean, there's no news that I can see to be released that would help what is going on right now. I think that we're going to retrace back again down to that $300 level. I think that the market has another 10% to sell off when it comes down to this NASDAQ market. And I'm very excited to follow up. I'm sorry, this would only be 1% if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, my apologies. 1% for QQQ, and this would be another 3 to 5% for TQQQ for it to potentially sell off. I would say that around that $300 level, based off of previous resistance levels, it could act as a new support level where we can begin to retest. But at the end of the day, again, price action and direction are always going to be the things that are most important. Indicators are never accurate 100% of the time, so I don't want you to think that they have to perform the way that they are, laying out to be. But one of the things that I want to point out is I am looking for that $300 price point for that retracement. I want to see signs of consolidation where we no longer begin to sell off, and at least with that indication of a support, I would love to transition from going short on the market to going long on the market, meaning that I no longer will short it, but I will actually go long in it, and I can buy the dip on Tesla, I can buy the dip on Amazon, I can buy the dip on QQQ, I can buy the dip on any quality company that I can buy at a lower price point based off of this recent pullback, right? On SQQQ, we did fine today. I made $5,000, 5,500. It was just a very choppy day. At one point I was up, $8,000, almost $9,000. It didn't work according to plan. There's just a bunch of back and forth, a lot of consolidation. And again, I'm very happy that I uploaded today's earlier video just talking about the idea of being selective for those that are under the PDT rule during choppy markets like this. So I do have the NASDAQ market or the NASDAQ future pulled up here. You could see all this consolidation that we are experiencing right now. This consolidation is a really good sign. It's trying to establish a support level. So the more it consolidates, hopefully the stronger the support becomes. And hopefully at that point, we can see the higher highs and higher lows. If we break below, you can look at this. If we break below 12,400 on the NASDAQ futures, the next leg down looks like we can drop down to that 12,300, 12,200. And I really hope that we don't break below 12,000, because if we break below 12,000, that's going to be a really tough sign, because the last time that we gapped down from 12,300, we gapped all the way down to 11,900. So that would be very bad for the overall NASDAQ market. So I'm going to take it day by day. I'm very excited to transition into my long positions. And I think, again, it's a very simple question to begin to ask yourself. It's the only people that freak out when the market pulls back are those that simply did not prepare. So you can easily see, based off of the conversations you have in the comment section, the conversations that you have in our group chat, or really any group chat, the conversation you have with anyone, if they are scared, if they are expressing fear, or that they need the market to recover, the market has to recover. Nothing has to happen. Opportunity is not on your schedule. This is where patience is really tested, and where it pays to be patient. Allow the market to sell off. Why would you want that? Well, the more the market sells off, the cheaper price you can get something for, right? We know the market's going to recover. It's not a question. It's a when. And can you tolerate the time that it will take for the market to recover? So stop hoping something happens and just keep it simple and wait for confirmation. That's the way that I'm choosing to approach this. And I feel like it's the most simplistic way, where you don't add more stress to any of your trades. So I'm very excited to follow up. I hope that you guys know that if you ever have any questions about trading, even if you're an absolute beginner, feel free to reach out to me via Discord. And that's that first link down below in the description of this video. If you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, click the second link down below, and I'll see you for our daily live trading session right at market open. So we'll see you then. I really do appreciate you guys' time. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.